Hey, this is episode 4 of Rap Roll Call. This week, I have a little something to say about Pusha T's new album coming out and sparking old beef, reigniting old beef.
Never frozen.
Yeah, and Drake's response to his infrared record off of his new album. Let's get into it.
The bigger question is how the Russians did it. It was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin.
So, what did you think about Pusha T's infrared taking shots at Drake?
I thought it was a great track. I mean, it's also the end of the whole album. To short album, DAYTONA. I don't know. I thought they were pretty tight bars. I mean, the whole album is just tight bars, but that track definitely taking shots. And there's no fat on that thing. He is definitely coming after him. Wasn't super hard in sonically, it wasn't highly aggressive.
Right.
But I think it's almost the subtlety.
There were some deep cuts still.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Drake's
Duppy freestyle?
Yeah.
I thought it was a really quick, kind of tight response to Pusha T. I felt like, and I don't really have a lot to say about Drake in general, as far as being, lyrical or, showing any skill or worth as an MC, but I have noticed in the past couple years he is pretty quick and clean with the diss tracks.
Yeah.
And I felt like Duppy freestyle was just that. It was a diss track, and he got it out there what he needed to say.
Sure.
Took accountability for one of the things Push brought up as far as Quentin Miller's involvement in some of his writing.
Right.
But he also, it was kind of no bars held there as far as pushing back at King Push there.
Right.
So.
Okay, so in a vacuum, we talked about this a little bit, but between the two, if we're talking about just good old fashioned sort of back and forth rap beef, who takes it on a bar to bar level? Who really brought the fire?
Well, I think that's kind of an interesting, I don't want to say dilemma, but aspect of rap beef in general is the person that claps back.
Yeah.
That's usually where the praise comes from, or where that's usually what gets the most attention.
Right.
Is the person that claps back, and then any following clapbacks after that, round 1, round 2, round 3.
Right.
And it kind of it's what I'm trying to say is it kind of the beef kind of just builds in layers.
Right.
So I don't want to say necessarily that Drake or Push won that.
Right.
Because it's not over. Even in a vacuum.
Yeah.
I feel like Pusha threw the first punch.
Right. Or baited
him,
Drake into coming at him.
And Drake hit him back, so I think we'll just see what happens next. I think that's really all I have to say about that.
Right. Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. It's nice to see, the internet sort of respond in the culture, in the world of rap. People, I think, other artists feeling kind of inspired by this. Because this is sort of real lyrical back and forth. This isn't silly social media flame war. This isn't Bad Barbie yelling at Lil Vicky. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Tekashi, Trippie Redd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also, for me, one heavy hitter going after somebody else. Personally, I mean, I'm not a big Drake fan. I don't think Drake really has the lyrical skill.
They're both heavy hitters. They're just in different lanes.
Right. I mean, it will be interesting to see how Drake will take this and probably ultimately use it in some sort of hype club track that we're going to hear the rest of the summer.
I hit her, gave her back to the city, she home.
Well, Duppy already gets that kind of
Yeah,
treatment.
that's true. But it's I think it's also
That
nice.
dude could release a video of him farting on the toilet, and it's like the summer hit. That's the summer jam.
That's very true.
So-
I think Push kind of pointed to that at the very beginning of Infrared. I don't know. Blows definitely thrown from both sides,
Right.
and more to come. I think it's kind of nice to see this too. I don't know what you want to call 1985, but I thought that was an interesting.
Cool.
If we're talking about another sort of diss track, but he definitely quieted, I think, everybody on the other end of that to the degree that I don't think anybody gives a fuck what.
Yeah, I don't think that J. Cole's 1985 was a diss track, though. I think it was kind of more like fatherly advice.
I think it might be a blend of both.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely he ends it with kind of, I think, a warning of don't fuck with me.
Sure.
I mean, I've got lyrics for days, and I will wrap circles around you.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not steeped in something as sort of heavy as what's going on between these two guys. Sort of street cred, Meek Mill stuff, Birdman,
Yeah.
Ghostwriters.
Yeah, who's better?
Yeah.
Drug dealer? Or who says they're a drug dealer? And
Yeah. Who says they just watched it happen and have made a whole career off of it? Heavy words.
Yeah, I also don't think it's going to turn into like a Hushacha sort of thing or Ether. I feel like there's rap beef still,
Yeah.
but I don't think rap beef is rap beef anymore.
Yeah. Partly because of like.
This is better than, some 16-year-old girl screaming over Instagram at a, 24-year-old with like purple hair or something, but I still feel like if anything, it's just more views,
Yeah.
more life for Drake.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, is it going to be held in high accord because of like lyrics, or is it just going to be who had more tweets and or Instagram?
Yeah, I don't think it's like, country rocking drama necessarily.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's gonna, leave some cultural impact within hip hop, but I don't. We'll see. I guess that's
right. Yeah.
What's next?
We're waiting for Push
round
T.
2.
Probably coming back with something. He's got to come back with something. I mean, he'd be a fool to put that out and then, drop it off and let Drake have his day in court, and that's it. So, be looking forward to something from Good Music here pretty soon. Hey folks, thanks for watching. We're all sort of going to sit patiently and wait for Pusha T versus Drake round 2, see how that works out. In the meantime, we'll be working on a new topic for next week's show. Moving forward, I think we're going to just try to focus on something within the culture of hip-hop and sort of try to discuss that, sort of in the way we did This Is America, just not for 28 minutes.
Also going to be catching up on some Degrassi.
That's right. We're going to see how Aubrey gets his way out of this one. Aubrey? Is that what it was called on the show?
No,
Okay.
he's always Aubrey in my heart.
Sorry, Champagne Poppy. We'll see you guys next week.
Out.